Pulan, and to explain how Guam, an island in the Mariana Archipelago located 6,000 miles away from the continental US, became a US colony, we must start around 1500 BCE, when Austronesian-speaking peoples, the ancestors of the Chamorros, first settled the Marianas. By the time of European contact in the 16th century, the Chamorro people developed a complex society and culture. In the late 17th century, Spain formally colonized and conquered the Marianas. The Marianas would remain a Spanish colony until the US invaded Guam on June 20th, 1898, during the Spanish-American War. The US eventually won the war, and the resulting peace treaty, called the Treaty of Paris, officially ceded Guam along with Puerto Rico and the Philippines to the US in 1899. Controversy arose whether the US was constitutionally allowed to hold onto these possessions without eventually incorporating them as states. In a series of Supreme Court decisions in the early 20th century known as the Insular Cases, the US Supreme Court formulated the Doctrine of Territorial Incorporation, which provided legal justification for the US to hold on to Guam along with the other overseas territories indefinitely without granting them statehood, independence, or territorial incorporation. In other words, the US Supreme Court approved the US to have overseas colonies and thus the formal start of American colonialism. While Guam was eventually granted limited self-governance and US citizenship by the US Congress, Guam's fundamental political status as an unincorporated territory of the US remains unchanged. Thus, Guam has been a US colony ever since 1898. So, Diyos Masi for watching Pulan Esta.